Sveiki! I recently went to New York and I wanted to make this video to show you some pictures from the trip. I'm not great at creating Instagram albums because first you can't show everything, and then also I prefer the spoken word to the written one. So if you're interested to see kind of what we saw and what my impressions were, let's go. I have created an album dedicated for this video. Don't worry, it's like 500 pictures of 3,000 that we made. So, and I'll go quickly, I promise. So you saw a little bit of our video in the Normal Latvians in New York YouTube video, which of course was more about the Latvian language, but anyway. So I with my husband flew from Paris, and the first thing I saw in the Charles de Gaulle airport was that I really like their design. Then here we are ready to go on our flight. And yes, my friends Undina and Peteris, who you remember from previous videos, were cat-sitting our cat, and Caesar was being a very naughty cat. Here we are waiting for the taxi, already reunited with Anna, and we were living in Brooklyn, in Van Buren Street. So it is here, with regard, like Manhattan is kind of my reference point here. So yeah, that journey we took from the airport, which is somewhere there, then to home, and that's where we lived. And then we went, first stop, yes, I'm gonna show you also where we ate. So we ate here in Indica House, which was really, really nice. First thing we noticed is that in America, everywhere they give you tap water without even asking if you want it. That's a huge difference from France, where they won't, sometimes even if you ask, because they're really trying to sell you bottled water. And it was really nice to see that in New York, at least, it was not the case. So we ate like gods. We love Indian food, and it was really, really amazing. So we were off to a very great start. And this is kind of the area of Broadway where the restaurant was, and the road we used to go home. Day 2. So here's again an image of the life we left behind. Cleo making friends with Lea, and here
I hear something very loud coming from the office. I go in. Caesar. What the fuck?
Yeah, so we woke up to this video of Caesar destroying my workstation, but then we went for a walk because, as you know, maybe my mom has a running Instagram. She's a big runner and she likes to run in the mornings in different cities before the life of the city starts. Running, almost home. I was taking lots of pictures of stuff that I found amazing, like this bicycle just hanging out there. This is Broadway. Somehow I couldn't believe that this is Broadway. In my mind, Broadway was supposed to be all with theaters and lights, and I have then learned that, well, it's a very long street, and this is how Broadway looks like in Brooklyn. So I took a picture of it to prove that I have been on Broadway. Overall, very vibrant and also very nice. And I took a picture by McDonald's. Undina and Peteris are architects. They told me that New York was not planned for so many people, so they don't really have a great waste recycling and collection system. That's why a lot of people put their trash on the streets, which for us is a little bit weird and a bit unfortunate, I guess. So we had our breakfast in a diner. I have forgotten the name, unfortunately, and if we see it somewhere on the menu, I'll let you know. So there we had a breakfast. It was a little bit, I guess, Central American inspired, because Ali ate those, something that is an alternative to potatoes, which tasted really nice, but if you are from New York or from Central America, you'll probably know the name. We went to New Jersey because we wanted to start our trip by shopping, which we did in the outlet in Jersey Gardens. On the way back, we stopped at the supermarket, and wow, do they have huge chickens. In America, we did not buy and try any of them, but I was really surprised to see the size. Never seen in Europe such big chicken fillets. That was the end of our day 2, and in day 3... Feel this morning?
I feel great!
What are we gonna do?
We are going to go explore New York City.
Which part?
Brooklyn Bridge.
and Wall Street.
Let's go!
Let's go!
This time we went in a different direction than usual when we were taking the metro. So we got to see a different part of Brooklyn, which looked also a lot different, much more brownstone buildings and much less trash on the street. Then we played the game of...
Play the game of find the subway again. Somewhere here.
So this was before we discovered that the subway, in fact, is marked by these lanterns on top of the entrance. We have spent a lot of time in New York standing right in front of the subway and not seeing it because we were looking only for the sign of subway. But then we discovered. One thing I loved from the subway, apart from the nice style of people, were also this campaign of showing images of different women's armpits in an effort to open up society's mind about what perfect armpits should look like, and also to minimize the criticism that I guess you could experience like if you are a woman who grows hair from her armpits. Then we went to Dumbo, a sight point in New York. And I was a little bit disappointed initially because I expected Dumbo to have Dumbo from Disney. I don't know how I made that association so strong enough to actually be a little bit upset.
The picture spot would include an elephant, Dumbo the elephant, but not.
The elephant is named after the place.
Come guys, let's take a selfie. So yeah, it's a nice spot. Lots of people go there early if you can to take a picture of the Manhattan Bridge. Time Out Market was great. We had lovely food.
Oh my god, I just experienced equality in an all-gendered bathroom, and I think we're kind of in a touristy place, so the men were confused about why they have to stand in as long of a line as women do. That was great.
I say it well here, but I really did enjoy that. And later Ali also got to experience that. Took some pictures outside. And also took pictures of the Brooklyn Bridge, which we then crossed by walking. It took us approximately half an hour to get across. And the whole time we were walking, periodically we would see these booths where people were offering to take pictures of tourists. And they kept playing that song, New York, by Alicia Keys. And not even the full song, just the refrain that goes like, New York. So pretty crazy. If you are somebody who needs to actually cross the bridge every day, then and that song is all the time in your head, I can imagine people go crazy. But I guess if you are a New Yorker, you're probably crossing it by bike, and the bike lane is just down there on the right side. We met some friends and they took us to a nice sushi restaurant, which we enjoyed. And after that, we took a metro uptown to go to Anita, apparently the best ice cream shop in New York, and I can tell you it was really, really amazing ice cream. And that was the end of day 3. On day 4, we woke up super tired because something to know about our apartment, it was hot, and air conditioners, I don't know if you know, I had it in a previous video, I think. Let me go back. So here you can catch a little glimpse of the kind of AC that we had. So it's built in to the window, and therefore you can't actually close the window. And the AC itself sounds like a truck, so it's super loud, very hard to sleep with. And if you turn it off, then the window is not closed, so there's like no isolation from hot air. It was hard. It was really hard to sleep, and maybe also because we were jet lagged, but that's basically the reason why on day 4, Ali, but also all of us looked a little bit like we were ready to give up on life. I had been to the Natural History Museum before, but it was still very nice to discover all the expositions. It's very much unlike other museums that I have been in because it has this theme and it has this way of presenting animals and peoples and artifacts that are very cinematic, I find. And then there was a section on geology and the earth, which was really lovely. But of course we were there to see the dinosaurs. So it's actually really sad. The eggs took such a long time to mature that the dinosaurs couldn't reproduce enough to not go extinct. And also, they couldn't fly away like some of the winged dinosaurs could, and there was no more food in their surroundings to eat. So it's amazing how such a big dominant species can just go extinct because they couldn't adapt. After the Natural History Museum, we went to the Central Park where we shot the video that you saw. So we took some pictures first, and then Ali famously said, "Are we going to sit?" Because we had promised, we had walked around all morning and we wanted to take a break, and that got turned into this meme on our group chat, but you said we were gonna sit. And there we filmed the video. But then for dinner, we went to a Mexican restaurant, which was called Ponche Taqueria. And then, the favorite part of New York, all the lights, all the pictures, then a lovely night view of New York. So right next to the taco place, there's this cookie shop, Schmackeries, so still to the left, in Hell's Kitchen. And yes, we had some really, really nice cookies. That was the end of day 4. And on day 5, we discovered that Latvia was doing really, really well in basketball, World Basketball Championship. I think we stayed 4th in the end. Yeah, we won Lithuania, which was a huge success. So that was great. And then we went to have some amazing bagels. Now this was my favorite bagel. I'm going to share the place with you. It was called Liberty Bagels. And also I saw quite a lot of psychic places in New York. Is it a thing? Do people go to psychics a lot? I guess like every town must have them. It's just that because New York is so big, I saw them everywhere. We took pictures in Times Square. I bought a shirt from Europe, especially for this occasion. So we loved it. It was colorful and nice. We went to see the Rockefeller Center. So basically the Jimmy Fallon Merch Museum. So that was nice, but we didn't go up. Instead, we decided to take a walk down 5th Avenue, and we were walking all the way to the Met. They have a huge collection. We basically just covered 1/8 of the entire museum in the like 3 or 4 hours that we were there. I kind of have a feeling that we should go back to New York and really spend a week in these museums. So early Monet, here there is, very different from his later Impressionist work for which he's like famous for. Very nice pictures, but I wouldn't think it's Monet if I saw it. It's really, really detailed and different, and yeah, just it's so amazing to see in one museum the different eras of an artist like that. I really like it. Then we also went to see the Turkish, Persian, Iranian, basically eastern part of the museum for Ali, because he is Turkish and I wanted to see his culture, but there was not a lot of it. So we saw this. We also saw some rugs and some weapons, but there was not that much there. So then, like Gossip Girls, we were sitting on the Met steps trying to figure out what to do next, so we went and visited quickly the Guggenheim Museum, which was nice, but we didn't go see the exposition because part of it was closed. Instead, we went to a Chinese place to eat. This one was called... Yes, this place. So it is found near Times Square. Amazing, amazing food. If you are in New York, go there. It was probably my favorite restaurant that we went to. A great shopping. And that was the end of our day 5. Day 6, we decided to go.
So what are we doing today?
Unuvis.
What?
Let's go.
We
Let's
are
go.
We are taking the subway
To
To go
Soho.
where?
to Soho.
Yeah, today's program is Soho.
And you know what Soho means?
Party!
Shopping!
Soho, Chinatown, Little Italy, and a rooftop bar.
Ooh, that sounds exciting.
And it really was. So this is still back in Brooklyn on our street. Randomly there was this colorful van parked. Work of art? Just somebody's van? You don't know. And that's New York. We had breakfast in Chobani, in Soho. Soho ended up not being a shopping place for me because I couldn't afford anything there. However, and I'm sorry to the owner of this store, I snuck a picture of this because I could not do it. It's a coat made completely of dyed jeans. It weighed like 10 kilograms. It was really heavy, but it was so beautiful and everything in that store was so beautiful, but I couldn't justify buying a 10 kilo coat for however many hundreds of euros it cost. So we went to Chinatown afterwards and discovered that area. I don't have many pictures from it. It was lunchtime, and here for lunch we went to a place called Trapizzino. Then we had a little walk towards our next destination, which was not the Empire State Building because we didn't want to go and just stand on the platform with lots of people. Instead, we decided to look at Manhattan from above from a rooftop bar. Here's the picture I was talking about. So the pits of New York blown up in very big format. Ali obviously also supports the movement. Love it. I love this social campaign. I wish we had more of that in Europe. And we had dinner in Brooklyn near where we lived. They had those peppers. I ate them already during the day, but I had to have them again. And I was really happy that they had them. Oh my god, I wish I could learn to make them. So good, so good. And then it was already day 7, so next to the last day.
I am real and here.
And I guess we're not explaining much where we're going. We had breakfast at Cafe Luna, I remember the name. So we went to discover the High Line, which is like a promenade that you can do a little bit above the ground level of New York, from where you can see really nice architecture, interesting architecture, and it's like a calm green place. And then we took the metro because our next destination was MoMA. Now, it was a fast visit because we arrived there late and the museum was already closing soon. And this is an exhibition by an artist whose last name is Rusha, and I just really imprinted on this one because he uses font in such a, like, he's basically working in the 60s and 70s, but he's doing a study on font, something that I can imagine nowadays being done with Photoshop, but this is all hand painted. And then I had to realize that we were running out of time. I think there's going to be a picture of me somewhere coming to that realization. This one I took from my mom. This is her favorite painting of all time. We went to the Flatline before we had our meal of the evening, but the meal of the evening was a Korean place, Korean restaurant called Her Name is Han, right next to the Empire State Building. Here's what we ate. It was really delicious. I liked it a lot. Recommend that you visit it as well. So then, end of day 8, and the next day was our last day, which we started with a bagel, and then it was time to go, and that's us in the plane, and due to a cancelled flight, sleeping in Madrid airport. Not a great time, but yeah. Overall though, New York was an amazing adventure, and I hope that this video was interesting to you. I wanted to share with you my experience. So yeah, if there are any things that you want to comment on about this trip, maybe an experience that you had that was similar or different, let me know. And if I ever go back to New York and you know a place I should visit in New York, please also let me know, because I have all intentions to go there. But also I would like to go to California, I think. I met some friends in New York who really got me keen on discovering California. So if you have any tips on that, I would love to know as well. Alright, I think everybody is going back to work. This was my lunch break. I spent it together with you. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you soon, maybe. Bye!